When I'm working on a project, I often jump between documents, spreadsheets, project trackers, and AI tools. It gets the job done, but it also means lots of switching between tabs. Today, I'll show you how to use Superhuman Docs step by step. Superhuman Docs, from the makers of Grammarly, is more than just a doc. It's where teams can write, track, and build together all in one place. It has AI built into every part of the doc, and everything you create with it can be edited, shared, and collaborated on by your whole team right away. This video is sponsored by Superhuman. I'm Kevin, and let's dive in. To get started, open Superhuman Docs in your browser. You could use the link right down below to follow along with me. It works just like opening a Google Doc, so there's nothing to install. After signing in, click on New Doc. This drops us into a new doc. In the top left, let's give it a name. I'll click on this and call it New Cookie Launch. And right here, I see an icon with some cookies. I like that, so I'll select that. Now, for my small business, the Kevin Cookie Company, we've been collecting customer requests for new cookie flavors. Now, let's give this page a title. I'll call it Customer Flavor Request Survey. Then right down below, I'll paste in all the responses that we collected. In this table, there's a lot of customer requests. We have mint chocolate, peanut butter, vegan chocolate chip. Let's try using AI to see if we could quickly understand what all of our customers are asking for. Now, on the right-hand side, you'll see that the Docs AI pane is open. If it's not open, I'll click on this icon to hide it. In the bottom right-hand corner, you can click on this icon to open up Docs AI. Let's click into the chat box and type in a / to open up quick actions. And here you'll find a variety of different built-in actions. As an example, here you could summarize information. You could have it explain. You could have it write an executive summary. If we scroll down a little bit more, you could have it create a chart, create a table. I'll go down a little bit more. We could brainstorm, build a tracker, report, and if we go down even farther, here we have key risks. Now, let's go to the very top of this list and let's have it generate an executive summary. I'll click on this, and that's now inserted a prompt into the chat box. In the bottom right-hand corner, let's now run this by clicking on this icon. Just a few moments later, SuperDocs generates a concise overview of all the customer feedback directly in this document. And here it looks like it highlights the most requested flavors, and it also calls out some of the key trends. Now, looking at this, it appears that peanut butter is one of the top requests. Now, instead of reading through all of these individual responses, as much as I appreciate them, I can get the big picture in just a few seconds right here with the executive summary. Now, this is a fantastic starting point, especially for any team member who might be new to this project and is looking for a way to ground themselves. The executive summary gave us a good overview, but I'd like to make this data a little bit more useful. Right now, the purchase frequency column contains text values. Like here we have weekly, seasonally, monthly, and here we also have occasionally. Now, I'd like to convert those into numbers that we can use in our analysis. So over on the right-hand side, let's ask Docs AI to create a new column. So right over here, we'll assign a number to each one of these different values. Then let's run that. In just a few moments, every customer now has a numeric score based on how frequently they shop with us. And now that we've enriched the data, let's use AI to build a summary table from scratch. Over on the right-hand side, I'll ask SuperDocs to build a summary table. Now, this will help make sure that we prioritize the right flavor. In the bottom right, let's run that. Instead of manually creating a pivot table or writing formulas, SuperDocs builds the entire summary table for me. Now, I can quickly compare not only how many customers requested each cookie, here with peanut butter, it looks like it's 11 requests, but I can also see how valuable those requests are based on customer purchase frequency. To make the results even easier to read, let's apply some conditional formatting. Let's ask AI to highlight the highest purchase frequency score totals in green and the lowest in red. I'll type in my prompt and then run it. And look at that. With conditional formatting, it's now really clear to see which cookies are the leading candidates. Right up on top, we have peanut butter in the top position, followed surprisingly by brown butter chocolate chip in position number 2. Although we had fewer requests, it turns out that those people who requested this cookie shop with us more often. We've identified peanut butter as our next cookie to launch. So now let's build a launch plan from scratch. Instead of creating a project tracker manually, let's ask SuperDocs to build one for me. Right over here, I'll enter in my prompt, and then let's run that. In just a few moments, it created a complete launch tracker that I can immediately start editing with my team. Let's click right here to have a look. Here, we can see the launch plan. Here we have different milestones, we have placeholder owners, a start date, due date, and also the status, so we could track each item. One thing I really like is that instead of starting from a blank page, AI gives me a solid starting point that I can immediately share with my team and continue building on together. The launch tracker is looking good, but sometimes it's easier to understand a project visually. Since the table includes due dates, I can ask SuperDocs to create a timeline view. I'll type in this prompt and then let's send it. And right here, in just a few moments, SuperDocs transforms this table into an interactive timeline. Look at this. Now, it makes it really easy to see each milestone and when it's scheduled. Here I could identify any overlapping work, and we could also just make sure that we're on track for launch. Now, here's the cool thing. If any of these plans change, for example, if I adjust this date just a little bit, and I go back to the table view, everything stays in sync with the underlying table. The launch plan is coming together nicely, but I'd also like a quick way to keep everyone updated on the project's progress. To do that, let's insert what's called an AI block. I'll click right up here on the page and then type in a slash, and then let's type in AI. Now right here, I see the option to insert an AI block. Let's select that. Now, unlike static text, an AI block stays connected to the information in this document. That means if the launch plan changes, I could simply refresh the AI block to generate an updated summary. So right here, let's ask it to summarize our launch plan, highlight any potential risks, and call out the next steps. Over on the right-hand side, I can see a preview of what that'll generate. Now down below, we have a few other settings, but I'll leave all of these set to the defaults. Now, right down below, let's fill the block. Now, here we see the contents of the AI block. It contains exactly what I asked for. Now, let's go down to the bottom to the launch milestones, and let's update the progress on a few of these items. So we've been making some really fantastic progress, and we've now completed many of these different items. So now that I've updated the status, let's go right back to the top where we have this AI block. Now, over here, we can click on this icon, and that'll now refresh the contents. And once it does, notice how the contents change to reflect the updated status down below. Now, the beautiful thing is anytime that I need a quick status update, I can simply refresh the block instead of rewriting it myself. And my team always has the latest project status. We've now identified our next cookie to launch, built a launch plan, and created an executive summary. Before we move forward, let's get a second opinion. Let's now ask Docs AI to review this launch plan. Over here, I'll type in my prompt, and I'll ask it to add this feedback to the bottom of the plan. Over here, let's send that. In just a few moments, Docs AI reviews everything we've built and provides actionable suggestions right inside SuperDocs. And that's how you can use SuperDocs to go from raw customer feedback to a fully planned product launch, all within a single workspace. Try SuperDocs for free today. The free plan includes collaborative docs, tables, and a trial of the AI features. If you want the full AI experience, Pro is $12 a month per DocMaker billed annually. You could use the link in the description below to get started. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.